Mr. Kennedy, I appreciate you coming out here today with me to fish. I can call you Bobby? I appreciate that, Bobby. I just wish you could have found a better spot to fish than Edward Bedard Park. This is a 700-acre phosphate pit, man, and it's polluted. There's a landfill in the northwest corner of the park that seeps oil sludge out here into this lake. Florida's a hot mess right now, Bobby. We're running out of good land. We're trying to build on all kinds of polluted, worthless land, especially in Hillsborough County. There is a place that locals know in Plant City so polluted, it's called Cornet Industries. Folks around there got cancer all kinds of ways back in the day. I think even Aaron Brockovich came down to investigate or do something about it. But anyways, the state took over cleanup, and now they're talking about building townhomes or some sort of houses right around the same spot where people have been getting cancer. No, Bobby, I don't know what to do. I'm out here fishing with you. I don't know if it'll do any good. It's a big problem, Bobby. Behind us, they're building 1,900 homes on a former phosphate mine. Even though I've showed the people in charge the phosphate initiative documents from the federal EPA that says no new houses should be built on a phosphate mine, the Hillsborough County Board of Commissioners still wants to build on a phosphate mine. I know it doesn't make any sense, Bobby. I don't get it either. What are we gonna do? Bobby, if you knew how big of a problem this was and how many people that are gonna be exposed in the coming years to radiation that may give them cancers in the state of Florida, you wouldn't be talking about beef fat at all. Do you know right now, Bobby, that Mosaic has a permit to release their runoff into the Alafia River? Some of the stuff's not even treated, and they hide it. There's one hidden in the barge slip where they load the phosphate onto the boats. And the whole thing about it was somebody tagged me in a comment and said, hey, what do you know about this permit? The permit they put in for, Bobby, you're gonna love this, is for them to go ahead and have access just to be able to release their industrial wastewater whenever they need to, like if it rains too much or if there's a hurricane. That's why I always try to warn people when there's a hurricane inbound not to get out there and play in the floodwaters. Talk to the governor. I have talked to the governor about it, Bobby. The problem is he's in on it. I know you don't think he is, but he is. Look, I'm not the kind to go out there and just start throwing around false accusations. You know that, Bobby. Take a look at these documents from the Florida Phosphate Committee. It's one of their packs. You'll see the governor and Ashley Moody and little state representatives like Tracy Coster. Normally they take less, the state representatives. It only gets like 5,000 to get them on board. You want me to tell Ron DeSantis and Ashley Moody to do what to themselves? No, that's you or Don that's going to have to do that. They're all in on it, Bobby. That's why this industry is so unregulated. It was state representatives that signed a letter to the federal EPA that got them out of regulating this industry. We keep building on land that we shouldn't build on. More people are going to get hurt, Bobby, and I'm hoping that you'll do the right thing and stand up to the phosphate industry. You're the only one that I trust, Bobby. That's why I gave you the seat with the cushion. I'd offer you a beer, Bobby, because it looks like after all this learning you're doing about the phosphate industry, you could use one. But the last time I offered you a beer, you gave me this big lecture about estrogen and beer, and then I drank that Bud Light, and I put on that red dress, and one thing led to another. 8 million people saw it on the internet, and I'm the man I am today. We ain't catching no fish out here, by the way. I tell you what, Bobby. If you'll come have a beer with me down there at the Silver Dollar Saloon in downtown Plant City, and you promise not to tell me about the estrogen in the beer, I'll buy the beer. And we don't have to fish. We can talk about this at a bar like normal people. I'm Matt the Welder. He's Bobby Kennedy. God bless America. We really miss Steve Irwin. And I'm running for Florida's governor in 2026. I'm the only one wanting to have this conversation with the phosphate industry.